Hi everybody! So it has been a little bit since I've done pretty much anything. Any kind of videos, any vlogs, catch-ups, like I haven't really done a whole lot. The short and long of it is I am just kind of burnt out. That's what it is. I was kind of tired and I was posting like every day on my social medias. I was like on Instagram and stuff and doing weekly YouTube videos and trying to keep up with all that along with all of the making and trying to keep up with my edits and trying to keep up with my Patreon, and it all just kind of got overwhelming and was a little much. So I kind of just took not an entire month off, maybe an entire month off of YouTube, but I took most of the time off, almost a month off for my Instagram. And yeah, I'd like to say that I'm better and that I feel like getting back into this and I feel like making videos again. Sorry, cat is chasing a fly. So if you hear thumping and running and racing around, that is why. He is very high energy. He saw a fly and so now he's going to try to unalive it. So anyways, yeah, I'm still not really feeling in a good headspace for videos. I'm still not feeling in a good headspace for recording. I've kind of lost like my inspiration and my feeling like doing things. Like I'm still making pottery 100%. I'm not burnt out that way. I'm still doing my edits. I am kind of a little bit burnt out with edits. It's not as much fun as, the creative writing and the rough draft and stuff. I definitely enjoy like writing the rough draft for the first time a lot more than I like editing. And the rough draft writing also goes faster. And I think that's part of the problem is like it's just taking so much longer for me to do the edits and stuff that I'm kind of like struggling with that. And I mean, I'm still doing them. I'm trying to get a little bit done every day. I'm trying to at least do like a chapter, a day and stuff. But that's going a lot slower than I wanted. And it's kind of hard to keep myself motivated on that. And a lot of times I just default to the pottery. Because I don't really like doing the edits, so it's like, oh, well, I've got to trim my mugs anyways. Oh, well, I've got to do some glazing. Oh, I might as well throw some more pots. And so, my edits are kind of not going as quickly as I want them to. And then, I don't know. Could I probably do them more often and kind of, get myself to do it more regularly? Yes. But then again, part of it too is that I know I'm super burnt out from doing social media and YouTube and Instagram, and so I'm trying really hard not to burn myself out with the edits because I'm already struggling with the edits, so I don't necessarily want to like make it worse by giving myself burnout with the edits. So I don't know if I said anything here, but I did end up pushing back my editor dates. So I originally booked August for my copy edits and stuff for them to go through the whole thing and tell me everything I need to fix and stuff like that. I originally booked it for August, but I realized really quickly that I wasn't going to get the edits done in time, especially for beta readers to read it and get their feedback and then rewrite everything, and I knew that this was going to need more than one pass. And I haven't even made it through the first pass yet. So I was able to push it till November, and I think that's definitely going to give me more time. I am kind of, trying to be more active about doing the edits at least every day or every other day if I can. Sometimes, again, pottery. Sometimes it's willing, sometimes unwilling that the pottery takes over. But yeah, I'm just kind of struggling. I'm just kind of struggling with social media and feeling like being creative in that way, and it just kind of has become a chore. But then again, I've been running my business for about 7 years, and a lot of it's been on social media and, YouTube and stuff like that. I think YouTube's been like 3 or 4 years, and social media, like Instagram's definitely been like 6 years at least, if not longer. So I think some of it's that too, is I'm just kind of tired of doing it. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I wish I had good news. I wish I could say I'm cured and I feel like doing everything again. But I'm not. I'm still kind of struggling with it all. And still kind of trying to figure out ways to help myself. I did talk to you guys about how I had made a traveler's notebook, and I was kind of keeping track of restocks and things like that. And I will say that has gotten better. I am actually fully stocked in the 2 shops I'm in. So I am fully stocked in From Here and Scale House. They're good to go. They've got a bunch of my pots. And I do have some backups to throw in there. I'm starting to get a rhythm and a consistency with that, so at least that's a plus. And I do have a show coming up at the end of June, which is like a fairy fantasy thing, so I'm kind of excited about that. My stuff usually sells pretty well at Ren fairs and fairy things and fantasy themed things, so I'm hoping that I can sell both the pottery and the books. I'm also hoping to have my pottery collection that I'm making based off of my first book, Eyes of Pewter. I'm hoping to have at least a couple of those pieces for the June show as well, so that'll be good. I think part of the reason that I'm running into with the online stuff is, one, I've been doing it for so long that it's kind of hard to keep staying motivated. It's kind of hard to keep having ideas, to keep coming up with stuff, to keep trying to be creative. But then also, I've seen just a huge decrease in my online, sales. I'm just not selling much on my website, on my Etsy, even my books, my ebooks, my, Eyes of Pewter, all that kind of stuff aren't really selling very well online either. And so part of that is just kind of, just feeling like it's hard to want to put in the effort. It's hard to want to do the thing or to make myself do the thing when it's not really even being successful or, really getting me much. And I'm not saying that because I'm upset about it. I think I've mentioned it a couple times on this channel where I've read this book called Who Moved My Cheese? And I guess during COVID, I did really well, and I would sell out online, and I would have collections that would just be all out. I wouldn't have any pieces left after the collection launched. And then slowly over time, I've noticed since, we've kind of gotten over that I have less and less and less sales every year online. And so, it's kind of still also maybe I shouldn't be putting all my eggs, or not even all my eggs, that I should be putting as much effort in this, because a lot of my sales and stuff have just moved to in-person, doing shows. And I know it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. I can't tell you why I enjoy doing shows and meeting people and selling things to people. It's just fun. I have so much more fun selling it in person than I do online. Even with all of the work that it is. With, setting up everything and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm enjoying that part. And so, again, it's kind of hard for me to want to do the online, when nothing's selling and I'm not getting a ton of reactions or, anybody really interacting and stuff. I mean, I do get comments here and there. I'm not saying I don't have any followers paying any attention and stuff, but I was on the golden days of the Instagram. I probably should have more followers than I do with how long I've been doing it. But there was a time where I would post a picture and I would get 50 likes, 70 likes, things like that. And now I post a reel even and I'm barely getting 10, 15, And I know that's probably more than some other people have gotten, but to see that increase, the decrease, to see how much everything's gone down, it just makes it hard to feel motivated enough to keep continuing. I am back. I am going to start making more YouTube videos. They're just not going to be super consistent. I think I've got one other YouTube video planned for today. It might end up being a twice a month thing. It's definitely going to be every week. I just can't find my motivation, my mojo to be able to do it that often. And then Instagram, I kind of moved it to being 3 days a week. yeah, that's kind of where we're at. That's how things have been going. You know, sales have been great. Like, it's just mostly been like in person. I've just been selling a whole bunch more in person and at shows and at the stores I'm in than online. So yeah. And part of it too is like I'm running into the problem of online Instagram, YouTube and stuff being so much of a time suck. You know, like it just takes so long to post a reel, to edit the videos, to like, you know, and then to not see it have anything happen because of it, you know, or very little, you know, or no sales happen because of it. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm still gonna be here. I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a step back for the time being. Also, it's show season. I have shows I'm doing, you know, during the summer all the way up until October, which is the Ren Fair. So, you know, some of it is I just don't have the time to be able to sit there and do a ton of videos and stuff like that too. So I want to thank you all for sticking around, for listening to me blab for probably far too long. But I figured I kind of owed you all an update because I haven't posted anything in like a month. And I do, like I said, I have one other video planned for this week. It's going to be mostly pottery. I'm adding a new clay to the studio, so that'll be kind of a fun thing to do. Or, I mean, it's not new, it's new-ish. I mean, I have used this clay before, but it's been a while since it's been in my studio. So I got that video coming up, so keep an eye out for that whenever I get it done. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for, you know, hanging in there and still interacting and commenting and stuff. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll still be here. It just might not be as much as I used to be. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Bye.